Good day, everyone. This is Myla Di Sarmiento, and to this video, we will be discussing about the immune response of the body against infection. So let's start. The immune response is how your body recognizes and defends itself against bacteria and fungi, and also substances that appear foreign and harmful. So what is the immune system? The immune system protects the body from possibly harmful substances by recognizing a response to antigens. Antigens are substances, usually proteins on the surface of cells, viruses, fungi, or bacteria. Non-living substances such as toxin, chemical drugs, and foreign particles such as splinter can also be antigens. The immune system recognizes and destroys or tries to destroy substances that contain antigens. Our body cells have proteins that are antigens. These include a group of antigens called HLA antigens. Our immune system learns to see these antigens as normal and usually does not react against them. In the human, there are three main parts of the immune system. The first is the innate immunity, adaptive immunity, and also the passive immunity. When we say innate immunity or non-specific immunity, it is the defense system which we're born. It protects you against all antigens. Innate immunity involves barrier that keeps harmful materials from entering your body. These barriers form the first line of defense and the immune response. Examples of innate immunity include cough reflex, enzyme in tears and skin oils, mucus, which traps bacteria in small particles, the skin, stomach ache. Innate immunity also comes in protein, chemical form called innate humoral immunity. Examples include with body complement system and substances called interferon and interleukin, which causes fever. The second is the adaptive immunity. The adaptive immune system, also known as the acquired immune system. It is a subsystem of immune system that is composed of specialized systemic cells and processes that eliminate pathogen or prevent their growth. Acquired immunity is the immunity that develops with exposure to various antigens. Our immune system builds a defense against specific antigens. Adaptive immunity creates immunological memory after an initial response to a specific pathogen and leads to enhanced response to future encounter with that pathogen. Antibodies are a critical part of the adaptive immune system. Adaptive immunity can provide long-lasting protection, sometimes for the person's entire lifetime. For example, someone who recovered from measles is now protected against measles for their lifetime. In other cases, it does not provide lifetime protection as which can fact. Like the immune system, the adaptive system includes both humoral immunity component and cell-mediated immunity component and destroy invading pathogens. Unlike innate immune system, which is free programmed to react to common broad categories of pathogen, while in the adaptive immune system is highly specific to each particular pathogen the body has encountered. And lastly, the passive immunity. The passive immunity is due to the antibodies that are produced in a body other than your own. Infants have passive immunity because they are born with the antibodies that are transferred through the placenta from their mother. These antibodies disappear between age 6 and 12 months. Passive immunization may also be due to injection of antiserum, which contain antibodies that harm by another person or animals. It provides immediate protection against the antigen, but does not provide long-lasting protection. Immune serum hemoglobin given for hepatitis exposure and tetanus antitoxin toxin are example of passive immunization. Passive immunity is borrowed from another source and lasts for the short time. For example, antibodies in mother's breast milk give a baby temporary immunity to diseases the mother has been exposed to. The immune system includes certain types of blood cells. It is also include chemical and proteins in blood, such as antibodies component proteins. And interferon sums of this directly attack foreign substances in the body. And the others work together to help the immune cells. Many cells and organs work together to protect the body. The leukocyte. The leukocyte plays an important role in the immune system. Leukocytes, also called as white blood cells, are the cellular component of the blood that lacks hemoglobin, has a nucleus, and capable of motility. They define the body against infection and disease by ingesting foreign materials and cellular debris, by destroying infectious agents and cancer cells, or by producing antibodies. White blood cells are produced by bone marrow and their level of production are regulated by organs such as the spleen, liver, and kidneys. Some types of white blood cell are called phagocytes, show up invading organisms, and also the lymphocyte that help the body remember the invader and the destroy them. Phagocyte. One type of phagocyte is the neutrophil which fight bacteria. When someone might have bacterial infection, doctor can order a blood test to see if it caused the body to have lots of neutrophils. Other types of phagocytes do their own jobs to make sure that the body responds to invader. Lymphocytes. The two kinds of lymphocytes are the B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. Lymphocytes start up in the bone marrow, and either they stay there and mature into B cells, or go to the thymus gland to mature into T cells. B lymphocytes become cells that produce antibodies. Antibodies attach to a specific antigen and make it easier for the immune cells to destroy the antigen. They are like the body military intelligence system. They find their target and send defense to the lock onto them. The T lymphocyte attack antigens directly and help control the immune response. They also release chemical known as cytokinesis, which control the entire immune system. They are like the soldier and they destroy the invader that the intelligence system finds. As lymphocytes develop, they normally learn to tell the difference between your own body tissues and substances that are not normally found in our body. Once B cells and T cells are formed, a few of those cells will multiply and provide memory for our immune system. This allows our immune system to respond faster and more efficiently the next time you are exposed to the same antigen. In many cases, it will prevent you from getting sick. Now let's move on with the different immune response. First is the inflammation. The inflammatory response or inflammations occurs when tissue are injured by bacteria, trauma, toxin, heat, or any other cause. The damaged cell release chemical including histamine, bradykinin, and prostaglandins. This chemical causes blood vessels to leak fluid into the tissues, causing swelling. This helps isolate the foreign substances from further contact with body tissues. The chemical also attracts with white blood cell called phagocytes that eat germs and death or damaged cells. This process is called phagocytosis. Phagocytes eventually die, but is formed from a collection of dead tissue, dead bacteria, and live and dead phagocytes. The immune system disorder and allergies. Immune system disorder occur when the immune response is directed against body tissue, is excessive or lacking. Allergies involve an immune response to a substance that most people bodies receive as harmless. Next is the immunization. Vaccination or the immunization is a way to trigger the immune response. Small doses of an antigen such as dead or weakened live viruses are given to adaptive immune system. Memory. Adaptive B cells and synthesized T cells. Memory allow your body to react quickly and efficiently to further exposure. And lastly, the complementation due to an altered immune response. An efficient immune response protects against many diseases and disorders. An efficient immune response allows disease to develop. Too much, too little, or the wrong immune response causes immune system disorder. An overreactive immune response can lead to the development of autoimmune diseases in which antibodies form against the body on tissues. Complications from altered immune response include allergy or hypersensitivity, anaphylaxis, a life-threatening allergic reaction, autoimmune disorders, graft virus host disease, a complication of the bone marrow transplant, the immunodeficiency disorders, the serum sickness, and last is the transplant rejection.